is the fall season, so I'm already in my Salem, Massachusetts sweater. So NXT, AEW were last night. I kind of want to go over both shows and my opinions from start to finish, so let's go. So on AEW, we had a promo from Christian to start off the show, and I mean, I truly believe Christian is the best heel, one of the best things going in pro wrestling right now. I feel like this is probably one of his best runs in his career. The man just has like an evil face, you know, like I love him. Christian, again, is one of my favorites, but he's wild. And then on NXT to start the show, we had Cody Rhodes. The Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic is coming back, which I'm so happy about. Anything to do with Dusty Rhodes, I'm super excited. And of course, having his son announce that, obviously. Ilya Dragunov, the NXT Heavyweight Champion, he was there. He's going to be having a match later on in this episode against Dominic Mysterio, because Dominic Mysterio and Rhea Ripley came out. So Dominic Mysterio challenges Ilya Dragunov, that is so hard to say, sorry, for the heavyweight championship, and Cody Rhodes also announces, like, I guess he's the GM of the night. Match between Dom and Ilya Dragunov is going to be, the ref is going to be LA Knight. So right off the pop, like, I'm already feeling like NXT is a developmental show, but it's not feeling very developmental. You know what I mean? So back to AEW, the first match of the night was, oh my God, Bryan Danielson versus Swerve Strickland. For me, this was the match of the night. Hands down, it was so good. Swerve ended up losing, which I didn't love, but he lost because there was a distraction by Adam Page. If you know, like, the storyline there, Adam Page, Swerve Strickland have been going back and forth for a while. I love this storyline. So having Swerve lose this way, I will accept it, but I'm not happy. It's Swerve's house. Now back to NXT. I am like came back into NXT pretty recently, but the women's division in NXT is just great. Had Roxanne Perez versus Asuka from, again, the main roster. This was a phenomenal match. Asuka did pin Roxanne, you know, whatever. So back to AEW, we get a video package from Samoa Joe. I love I just love Samoa Joe. He did a video package. It was great. He still wants the heavyweight championship, even though he already lost to MJF, but, you know. Samoa Joe is showing that man some love. Beautiful video package. And then that went into Chris Jericho versus Powerhouse Hobbs. I love Powerhouse Hobbs. Not only did he win over Chris Jericho, but he won clean. That's what I love to see. Powerhouse Hobbs is so cool. That's it. That's all I have. Now back to NXT. This was the Brawling Brutes and Tyler Bates versus Gallus, which Brawling Brutes and Tyler Bates did end up winning. This was a pub rules match. It was a beer of flying. It was pretty much just an Extreme Rules match. I don't know, whatever, but I really enjoyed this. It was a lot of fun to watch. Now, back to AEW Dynamite. We are at Roderick Strong's house, and he's still getting Adam Cole to do chores for him. You know, silly wrestling. Don't take yourselves too seriously. I love this Roderick Strong character. Trying to keep him from MJF. Apparently, Roderick Strong doesn't believe in television. Adam Cole can't even tune in to Dynamite to watch his friends. So it was just... the whole thing, don't take it too seriously. I think it's just funny, a little ha-ha thrown in there. I love Roderick Strong. Back to NXT, John Cena is in the ring, and Braun Breaker comes out. Braun Breaker's a little mad because John Cena was in Carmelo Hayes' corner at, was it TakeOver? John Cena tries to shake hands with Braun Breaker, and he's having none of it, and they get in a scuffle back and forth. I love this for John Cena fans because, you know, John Cena might be going back to Hollywood after all the strikes are over, so that's great. We also get some bada boom, bada bing, I don't know, Battle Royal, Cody Rhodes, whatever. We also get Baron Corbin in a backstage segment. I love Baron Corbin. I don't care what you guys say. So I love what he's doing at NXT. Makes me super happy. And of course, we learned on the pre-show that Jon Moxley is not cleared to compete. So Rey Fenix will still be defending his international championship. And that person who will be defending it against is Orange Cassidy. And I love Orange Cassidy. So I was manifesting him winning his belt back. And he did it. He did it. I'm so happy. Going back to NXT. And then next match was for the championship, the World Championship. And that was against Dom Dom versus Dragunov. Now, I love Dragunov. I think he's great. I also really, really like Dom. But I, needed Dragunov to keep his belt, and that's what happened because there was a huge distraction. The Judgment Day came down and, does what the Judgment Day did, and LA Knight got involved, kind of pushing JD around, all that stuff. It was a really, really solid match. I really wish Judgment Day would stop getting involved. I mean, that's their shtick. I just, whatever. The right man won. That's what matters. And then also we got a backstage segment on NXT with Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes, but then John Cena. And he was asking John Cena, like, when do you know when it's your time? And I just love Trick Williams and I want him to do so well. And they also went into... God damn it. And then Jade showed up again backstage with Shawn Michaels. It seems like she's just doing her rounds at every show. That woman is going to be a star, don't get me wrong. It's just like, okay, hi. Now to AEW, back to NXT AEW, we had like the silent film thing from Toni Storm. Some people seemed confused about this, but she was literally doing silent films. That's why they had it off to the side, picture in picture, because you don't need audio in silent films, And then we had the Breakout Star women's match. That was all right on NXT. Great. Again, NXT women's division is strong. It is a developmental show. But again, sorry, back to Toni Storm for a minute. Timeless Toni is one of my favorite things in pro wrestling right now. She didn't even have to be in the ring. She's just, oh my God. She is so unhinged, this character. I love it. Back on NXT for a sec. Also, everybody was loving Asuka backstage except for my queen, Tiffany Stratton. I love her. So I would love to actually see that match. Tiffany versus Asuka. Let's go. And we also got the Brian Pillman. Everybody is talking about this. I guess he's going by Alexis King. Anyway, love the reasoning behind the name change and all that stuff. That was a brilliant promo. I'm a huge fan of Brian Pillman. Obviously, Brian Pillman Jr. isn't. But anyways, that whole promo, this is the most excited I have been for Mr. Jr. here. And then back to AEW, we got Wardlow. He's just going in, squashing people and walking out, not even really saying a word. I love that. Let's do that with Wardlow for a little bit and really push him to the moon. Because he was doing really well there for a bit, and then he just disappeared. So I don't know. But I'm glad that this is where the direction that they're taking with him, and I hope to see more from Wardlow. Okay, so quickly back to AEW for a second. I don't even know anymore. Oh my God. Like, how you guys watched both of these shows at the same time, I'll never know. But AEW, the feud between MJF and Jay White is building so beautifully. But we had a match between Jay White and Adam Page. It was such a good match. I like to call him King Nana now. He was there. He got involved a little bit, but Adam Page did end up winning. I really love that people are seeing the Jay White that I know, like super heel man. MJF did come out after this match was over, and Jay White and MJF went back and forth, and they do that together so beautifully. I love this feud. With Full Gear coming up, Jay White against MJF for the heavyweight championship. Oh my God, they are building this story so beautifully. Robinson, the Guns, the Bang Bang Gang, the Gang Gang Bang, as Renee accidentally called them last night. They were there, and I did make a video previously about the quarters, but I just really want to preface speaking to your, Jewish friends, Jewish voices, and really take in what is happening in the world and what is happening here. Listening to MJF and taking his perspective, I think this is a real great chance to learn and grow, because maybe for us, this moment, what is happening in the world and what's transpiring and it's so scary. And for people like MJF that are Jewish and grew up being bullied, this is never going to be a comfortable topic for them, regardless of what's happening in the world. And I think we should just close our mouths, us people that aren't Jewish, and open our ears, That being said, MJF, Jay White, being who they are, it's a thing of beauty. And then I just want to finish up with AEW right now because I'm just getting so confused. I think the last match, oh my God, is Adam Cole Adam Copeland. Too many Adam. Copeland versus Luchasaurus. And of course, Christian came out and talked his stuff on the mic. I absolutely love it. Telling Beth Phoenix to change the sheets because the new daddy is coming home. Like, what is wrong? I love him. I love him. He started the show. He's, helping end the show. It was Luchasaurus versus Adam Copeland. Adam Copeland did win. This was his debut match in AEW. And you know what? Luchasaurus ain't my fave. The dinosaur is not my favorite, but having him go up against Luchasaurus because of Christian, I think it's just, this storytelling is great. And that's what I loved about the AEW Dynamite show, is the story development here, because a lot of people come down on AEW about story development. I think this episode did a beautiful job. Braun Breaker versus Carmelo Hayes over on NXT. This was the main event. Again, these two men are phenomenal, and they could have been phenomenal on their own. I don't think we needed Solo. I don't think we needed John Cena there this could have just been a great match, but it is what it is. It was a fantastic match. And then, of course, The Undertaker showed up. The American BA, so it's always exciting to see him. Again, there was a lot of stuff on NXT that I thought was a little unnecessary and felt like just throwing stuff at the wall a little bit, but also, that being said, it's great to use these legends to get your new guys over, but they can get themselves over. It is what I don't know, whatever. Came out on his motorcycle, I love the song. It was a good nostalgia pop. Weird seeing John Cena and The Undertaker in a room full of 200 people or whatever. NXT is the developmental show. That's not a read. That's just the building. That's just how it goes. But apparently there were people lined up camping outside to get into the building. For me, personally, I liked AEW better. That's not saying it was better. That's saying I liked it better. I feel like AEW going into Full Gear, it just made a little more sense to me. And that's just my humble opinion. So what did you guys think of both of the shows? Let me know below.